them and making this happen tonight. So one quick thing while our percussionists are kind of getting set back there, our schedule coming up for the rest of the year, after school is band is done after today. So that means our Tuesday students, North and North Grove, do not have after school band tomorrow night. And but in-school lessons will continue through May 24th. That little shorty week at the end of the year, 2.5 days or so, we will not have band lessons that day. There's just so many field days and award ceremonies and things like that going on in those days. We use those days to kind of make sure that we're going around and attending all of the students' award ceremonies and helping pass out some awards and things like that during that time. So the next song that we have for you is called Danza Africana, and I really like this one because it's got some fun percussion stuff in it. So one of the big differences between our first couple concerts and this one is that our percussionists are doing a lot more work. On our first couple concerts, we're really focusing on getting some fundamentals on things like their drum pad, as well as the bell kit. And although we're still working on those things a lot in their lessons, in full band we are expanding their palette a little bit more. And as they get older, they're going to be doing lots of different types of instrument playing. And this one is their first chance to do lots of that. So this is a really fun piece, and I think they really enjoy it too. Danza Africana. So, obviously one of the big choices that's coming up soon, I'm sure Mr. Mertens is going to talk more about this later, is whether or not to move on to sixth grade band. First of all, we definitely encourage it because it's a lot of fun. And Mr. Mertens has gone through both of the after-school bands and talked with the students about what it's like to be in sixth grade band next year in middle school and what the transition is like. It's nice having band every single day. We sent home a letter in the last full band, I think that was today, for our South Prairie, Southeast, and West students, and last Tuesday for North and North Grove. This letter just talked about a little bit about what it's like to be in sixth grade band. and it just asks what your plans are for next year for your students. If you could return this, this would be really helpful for us in getting your students enrolled for band next year and kind of looking to plan ahead for what we're going to be working with as well. If you have any questions or you're uncertain about anything, we can definitely work with you or answer any questions that you have and be as helpful as possible in making that transition to 6th grade band next year. One other quick thing, too. As we announced at our last concert, we have practice goals that we do throughout the year, and it is now the end of the year, which means that our end of the year practice goals are kind of meeting where they're supposed to be at. So if your student finished 40 hours of practice or finished the book, what I mean by finishing the book is finishing all the required tunes that their teacher asked to play for them in the book, then they receive a letter to go to the pizza party that we set up. That's our reward pizza party for those students that met their practice goals. That's coming up in 2 weeks, and there will be letters going home to those students who meet their practice goals. But just because the concert's happening today does not mean that this is their last chance to get those done. As long as they get those things done before the pizza party and we have enough time to send home a letter or something like that, your student's going to be able to go if they're able to meet those practice goals. So we encourage them to keep practicing and keep striving for those goals because there's so many of them that are so close. So close. We have several that have met it already as well. But again, letters will be going home to those parents about that. The next tune I like to call our challenge piece on this concert. I always like to program one tune that is really going to stretch our abilities just a little bit, just to see what we can really get out of this band in our first year. And this tune is called Thunderbolt Peak. And I think we stepped up to the challenge pretty well, and I'm excited to share it with you because this is a little bit closer to what they might see in 6th grade. Maybe not quite there yet, but really close to what they might see in 6th grade. Before we do the last song on our program, I actually have another form with me today, too. I brought 2 forms, so if you need an extra one, please come find me after the concert, and I will give it to you. We have a really cool program that we do over the summer here in Sycamore. This is a summer private lessons program. Private lessons are a really, really great way for your students to get some extra work over the summer because 2.5, 3 months is a long time not playing your instrument. And what you'll find is that if you don't play it for that period of time, it's kind of like running every single day for 9 months and then not running for 3 months and then trying to get back into it after you're done with that. It doesn't work so well. Spending a little time practicing regularly over the summer months is really important, and making sure that they're maintaining a lot of the skills that they've learned throughout this first year. And private lessons are a good way to help give some direction in doing that as well. Additionally, for any students that might be struggling with something or need a little extra work in one area of playing, the teachers that we have coming in are professional teachers and also college students that specialize in the instruments that they're working with. This is a really great chance for students to work one-on-one with those teachers. It does cost a little bit of money, and it's not required, but we do strongly recommend it. And the nice thing is it happens right here at the high school. Any student that just really wants to get ahead, too, this is a really great opportunity for them, too, heading into next year in 6th grade. Basically, you just set up the lesson time with the teachers, and then after you kind of set up that time, all their information is on this paper, then you contact the district and send in all your registration materials that you need to get your students registered. And that's it after that. And it happens over 6 weeks. So let's say your student and your family is going on vacation, or your student has a camp or something in the middle of that time. We've asked that our teachers be ready to schedule a makeup week, too. So if they're going to miss a week or 2 or something like that, you can always talk to the teachers and find a way to schedule around that. Because there are 10 weeks over the summer, and this is a 6-week program. And we understand that there's a lot of things going on over the summer, too. So there is some flexibility built in there as well, if that's a concern for you. I can answer any questions about that via email, or you can come talk to me afterwards. I have some extra papers, just in case if you need it. After the concert is over with as well. We want to say thank you to Mr. Goodman for helping us out on that last tune, if anybody couldn't tell back there. All right. And again, thank you to all of their teachers, their principals, their building secretaries, their music teachers, Mrs. Mertens, Mrs. Miller. Thank you for all of the hard work that they've got put in getting these students ready for this experience, and also just working and coordinating with us. So here's our last tune. This is one that we do at the end of every year, and it's a lot of fun every single year. Let's go band. So we actually have a little surprise. This last tune that we have does not need any introduction at all. Hey guys, percussion, not too fast. Not too fast, right? Watch me. Not too fast. Before we transition right now, 5th grade is going to be walking off the stage, and 6th grade is going to be coming up. We want to say thank you to Mr. Mertens for putting together We Will Rock You for us. Thank you. We're going to transition. We're going to transition off right now. But while there's a transition going on, we're going to invite the president of our Music Boosters up here, Mrs. Lisa Smith, to talk to you about some Music Boosters related items.
At the beginning of the year to speak to you about Music Boosters and what we do, so I thought I'd give you an update on what we've been doing all year. First of all, as most of you know, we do the Craft Fair at the Pumpkin Fest. It's a monster event, almost 200 vendors. We just did Note to Remember in February, which is an adults-only event. If you've never been to that, it's a wonderful event. We did a Mardi Gras theme this year. And we just did our mattress fundraiser, which actually did a lot better than I ever would have thought, considering it was the day it was all sleety and snowing and all that. Just wrapped up our summer camp scholarship applications. We had 17 middle school students apply, 18 high school, for a total of $9,500 that we awarded to them. 5th grade parents, when your kids are 6th graders next year, and between the summer between when they're 6th and 7th graders, they can apply for one of these scholarships. And it's non-competitive, up to $250, has to be a music camp outside of the district, and we just ask that your child fills out the application themselves, legibly. Some of the other things we've done, the music department gave me a page full of things that they were able to purchase this year with the money we provided. I picked out just a few examples. So this year we've bought the middle school a cello, we've bought the high school a baritone and a tenor sax. We bought 5 guitars for the middle school general music programs, choir folders for middle school choir, a bass metallophone for South Prairie Elementary, and a tuner for North Elementary. We've also, every year, we fund the high school musical and also the middle school musical. And our project this summer is that wall that you all lined up on to get in here is going to be our new trophy case. We have a lot of trophies in the music room that we're not able to put out because we don't have a trophy case. So that will be our thing this summer. So next fall when you come back, you'll be able to see that. And I understand that our orchestra director thinks he has more trophies than the band. So you guys remember that. When you get in high school, orchestra thinks they have more trophies than us. We need to get some. All right. Thank you. And please, our kickoff meeting will be in August. It will be at my house. It's a picnic. It's a really good time to come if you want to get to know the teachers. Pretty much the entire staff attends. It'll be out on Facebook, the date, and the address and where you go. So please consider coming and joining us in August. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Smith. We're going to start. With a piece. My name is Scott Mertens, by the way. I'm the director of the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade bands here in Sycamore. I'm also the department chair. We'll talk a little bit about some of the opportunities that your children will have through the years here in the Sycamore Music Department. I'm very proud of being a faculty member in this department. We'll talk a little bit. I just found out a little while ago that I think I'm going to be on the radio on Friday talking about some of the high school accomplishments that recently we found out about, getting 3rd place in the state for the music department for Class A. So, if not me, then some of my other colleagues here at the high school. So anyway, it's going to be very exciting. So the first piece we're going to play is Discovery March. In the next week or two, I'm going to be sending home some emails out to fifth grade parents, potentially welcome you into the program, into the middle school program, and letting you know some of the things moving forward. Things such as, for instance, baritones, French horns, percussionists. You won't have to bring your instruments back and forth next year. You might have to bring a mouthpiece or a bag of sticks, but you will not have to bring your instruments back and forth for those particular instruments. So, those sorts of things, more things about how the structure of the day is set up. We have an everyday class at the middle school, which has helped very much. You'll find you grow exponentially faster in that situation. And you heard an example of some of the wonderful things that we're able to do with that period of time. So, that said, we're very fortunate to allow you guys to get going in fifth grade. This next song goes out to all of our fifth graders. It's called A Song for Friends. For our next piece, one of the great things is that even as soon as sixth grade, we could start, well, even fifth grade, we could start playing real music. Like those We Will Rock You rhythms, those were the real rhythms from the real song. That's one of the things that I took from that when I put that together. This is a real Bach chorale with all the parts, and these guys are playing. It'll be Bach chorale, and then it'll be followed by a minuet, which is a happy part in 3/4 time. This is chorale and minuet. we're very proud of what these middle school students can do. I know I talked about our high school before, our high school music department, which is fantastic. Our middle schoolers are capable of doing wonderful things. And I'm very blessed. I get to see students in fifth grade through middle school, and then I work with the high school jazz band, so I get to see them through the high school. And it's just so great to see these guys that are able to accomplish things as they go forward through school. We also have a lot of fun. We do a band trip in 7th and 8th grade. Last year we went to Six Flags. This year, by popular demand, we're going to be heading out to Epic Air for the 7th and 8th grade in a couple weeks. That's going to be a fantastic time. We'll probably end up going back to Six Flags at some point, maybe next year. We'll see. We'll see. Epic Air is nice because we don't have to worry about the weather. Makes it a lot easier to plan. Another thing is that our 7th and 8th grade students will be marching in the Memorial Day Parade. Again, that's not these guys. We're not asking them to do that just yet. These guys are going to be playing fun songs like Mission Impossible, Star Wars. I had a request for the Avengers theme, so if I have some time, I might throw that together. Other fun songs that I've done over the years. I've done the Final Countdown. It smells like Teen Spirit because I like irony. Let's see, what else have we done? We did a Lowrider. That's a fun one. We might get that out. We'll see. So we're gonna have some fun to close out the year with these guys as far as songs go. In 7th and 8th grade, though, they do Memorial Day Parade. We're very proud of what they can do. Please, if you're around on Memorial Day, root on our 7th and 8th graders as they play their marching band instruments and do their thing. I think they'll do a really nice job. Okay. This song right here involves a variety of different tempos, all within the same song, including what we call an accelerando, which means we get faster and faster and faster, faster, faster on one spot, hopefully not so that it's out of control. We'll find out. Out of control goes for volume 2, right? That's right. Okay. All right. This is Russian Sailor's Dance. One of the things I like to tell students is the things you choose to do in life, choose to do them well and take pride in those things. I say that to our 5th grade band members. I say that to our 6th grade band members going forward. I say that to everybody out there. The things you choose to do in life, choose to do them well. I'm not saying don't do the other things well. I'm just saying if you choose to do it, choose to do it well. Now that said, we take a lot of pride in this group. We work hard. We have a lot of fun. We really do have a lot of fun over the years. This is kind of a family. In fact, we have a lot of small families within this bigger family, but we're all working towards a common goal. And I'm so proud of these guys for working together this year towards that common goal. Working together, playing in time, not the easiest thing in the world. It really isn't. So I just want to thank these guys for all of their wonderful work this year. Congratulations. Thank you, guys. And I mean that. It's the last song we're going to do tonight. Before we do it, I want to again thank Ms. Mertens was not able to come tonight. She's under the weather, but I want to thank her, Ms. Miller, Mr. Garth Anderson for his work over the last few years, just helping to build up the program. Mr. Ken Goodman, who's here tonight watching and helping out, and all of our Sycamore all of the Sycamore Music Department members. We're small, but we work hard, and these guys are we take a lot of pride in them. So. And thank you, parents, as well, for all of your help and your support in making music a priority in your lives. Thank you very much. So the triangle's broken, huh? It's a really happening Russian sailors dance, I guess. We did our Accelerando pretty well. Okay. So I think we pretty much Mr. Goodman to the rescue. I'm stalling a little bit. Oh. In the meantime, let's see, what am I forgetting? Our last Sycamore Music Boosters meeting of the year is May 16th, I believe. That's a Thursday. Third Thursday. Again, I want to thank the Sycamore Music Boosters. We had a big mattress sale this last on the 27th. So again, I want to thank them for all of their help. We don't have the results yet from that, but anybody who came out for that, the weather was horrible. So we're just glad anybody came, and we had a pretty good number of people come by. So again, thank you to those parents and all those community members who came by. I want to thank all of the parents who volunteered for either the craft fair or Note to Remember. Next year, we're going to be looking for more volunteers for that as well. So again, thank you for all of them. Yes, I'm stalling. I'm trying to be smart about it. I think I'm forgetting. So anyway, I want to reiterate what Mr. Anderson was saying. Sixth grade parents, I haven't yet sent it via email, but I will in the next couple of days, the information on the private teachers. I think that there's some extra forms out here as well. Again, fifth graders, don't be scared. I mean, it won't be the end of the world if you come in and you didn't take lessons. We still want you. We really do. You know, every year at sixth grade, we kind of start and we kind of start slowly, but we build steam up until this song that you're going to hear here in just a second. I know I want to.
Can we play Baby Shark? Nope. Can we play Baby Shark while we wait?
Do you want to play Baby Shark?
Yeah.
Play Baby Shark? Do you have it?
No.
Okay, then don't do it. Okay. You guys know Let's Go Band? No Let's Go Band. No, okay. Oh, we're good? We're good. Okay. This is Visions of Aaron Wes. Okay. What we're going to do, I think we're going to bring the 5th and 6th graders off first and get them, get their instruments out, and then be able to pick them up in the hallway is probably the easiest place. So, all good? Okay. Again, thank you very much. Thanks for coming out. Thank you for making music a priority in your children's lives. Have a great rest of the year. Thank you.